Hey everyone, this is going to be my Glee cap for Season 3, Episode 2, I Am Unicorn. Yeah, this was an episode where you sort of really felt bad for Kurt, and a lot of people are going to say maybe Kurt's the punching bag, where he just never, ever is just always happy, and I feel like it's sort of a good thing that they did that, but a bad, I mean, obviously I'm still sad about it, but, you know, where Kurt had a great year at the end, but then they're sort of showing that he's still, I guess you could say, the underdog. Yeah, there was just a lot of, sad moments for Kurt in this episode, and, yeah. I also wrote them down on note cards, or sticky notes again, so I wouldn't forget anything. Okay, so the Kurt and Brittany scenes, I love the beginning, where it just sort of shows Kurt with, at his locker, his normal daily routine, and there's the Blaine picture still there. I hope one day that they sort of, that Blaine knows about the picture. I think that'd be cute. Maybe there's a picture of Blaine, a picture of Kurt in Blaine's locker. I think that'd be freaking adorable. And I think Kurt looks really good in this scene. He's so flawless. Like, he is gorgeous in that. I love Kurt's look in Season 3. And I like the whole music during that scene where Brittany was telling him about how he's a unicorn, and I think Brittany's magical too. She's just she makes sense. I mean, she might be dumb, but it really makes sense. Like, how he's so unique, and he doesn't give a crap what people think about him, and he's still strong and still magical, but she's not smart enough in the scene where she's like, the capital of Ohio is O, and Will.I.am is the president. I love Brittany. She's still smart. I think she is smart. She's just not, like, intelligent. She knows, just people don't get what she means. And so for back in the New Directions, they have to do booty camp, and Kurt, Will tells Kurt that he has to do it too, because I love Mike Chang, and he's like, you only do one move, it's sachet. That was good. I think Blaine's outfits, they're adorable, but are they Blaine? I kind of like Blaine's outfit and Blame It on the Alcohol at Rachel's party, because that just was like so Blaine. And I know we don't know much of Blaine, but the bow ties every single time is just like really, that's my dog. And the capris and the suspenders, I mean, that's cute and adorable, and it reminds me of All Shook Up, but the one of acclaimed fan fiction, but I don't know. I kind of like the hipster Blaine a little more than the nerdy Blaine, but I mean, it's still adorable nonetheless. It's just like those bulking arms with the bow tie. It's just, yeah. And then we find out about the directors for the musical, and I love that Artie's contributing into it. Artie has been so funny lately. Like, he has the funniest lines. And my sister, I watched it the second time with my sister, and she loves Artie. That's her favorite character. So we were very emphasizing on Artie in that episode. But Artie used to be my favorite character too, so I still have this huge love for him. And he's just so funny and beautiful. I love Artie. I hate when people hate on Artie, because he's still awesome. Shelby is back, and I guess Sugar Mata wants the second Glee Club because Will wouldn't let her in the real Glee Club. And just, like, I think the whole Asperger's thing, I think she doesn't even have Asperger's. I think she just is saying that she does. Like, she like, prescribed it herself, diagnosed it herself. I mean, I don't know really what Asperger's is, but it's like, I feel like they're kind of making fun of it on the show a little bit, but Sugar is getting on my nerves. I still kind of like her if she was, like, still was in the Glee Club and we found out more about her, but I feel like she's very daddy's girl, obviously. I also love Figgins. Just wanted to say that. And this whole, like, and I don't mind Shelby being back, because I love that they're doing the Quinn and Puck thing. I love that they're sort of doing the continuity, or continuity. So I love that, because I've always wanted it to be dressed. I am a Quick shipper, a Puck and Quinn shipper, so I'm very excited for them to be coming together. It's very Season 1. This season, they've mentioned this before, the writer said they're going to go back to Season 1 sort of things. And I very much agree, they are sort of going back to that whole thing where they're going back to the baby mama drama, and, but I don't like Quinn being a bad girl. And then Sue's trying to sabotage the arts again, and blah-de-blah-de-blah. I love the whole Will calls out Quinn thing, I gave him a fucking round of applause because it is so true. She needs to grow the fuck up, and how all these New Directions, they were so nice to her and helping her out, and when she was pregnant and she got kicked out of her house, and they were her real friends, and then she treats them like shit and blaming them for ruining her life when it was really her that needs to grow up. And I'm not a huge fan of Will, but I did appreciate that moment, and I definitely agreed with him. Definitely. That was awesome. Good for you, Will. Ooh, also the booty camp. Oh wait, I'll get to that in a second because I wrote that again. Alright, and then Kurt's posters for the campaign, the Vote Unicorn. I love Brittany. I love the whole concept and the whole, the Kurt Hummel, what is it? The Kurt Hummel's bulging pink fun sack. I would love to have one of those bags where it had like the Dorothy slippers and the purple Teletubby and like glitter and whatever else is in there. Oh my goodness, so funny. I would want one of those. I would want one of those unicorn posters. Somebody said that on Tumblr, and I'm like, oh my god, I want one of these posters. I would put it like right there. I would seriously put it right there. And then Kurt had a more, sophisticated look to his poster. But it was too gay, and he doesn't want to be known as just because he's gay. He wants to be known because he can change the school. And I don't know if I see Kurt as the president, but, you never know. You never know. Yeah, so the whole the Shelby, Quinn, and Puck scene, I love Puck. I appreciate him so much. He's become, like, number 9 or 10 of my characters, but now he's, like, number 6 or 7, because he is amazing. His character development is just from the bad boy to actually caring and wants to change for his daughter. I just wanted to hold him so much in that episode. Okay, back to the booty camp. Blaine in those sweatpants. Praise the Lord Jesus, whoever put him in those pants. He's got an ass. That ass is fine. I don't care if I'm a pervert. That was, okay. Also, him in those pants during Something's Coming. Just like, I give a standing ovation to those pants. Okay. I know, okay. And then the Clang conflict where both Blaine and Kurt are trying out for Tony. But Blaine sort of backs off because he knows that Kurt wants the main role, and he's like, I'd be fine playing, a smaller role, and, because he's a junior. Yes, they revealed he's a junior. That's some bullshit. But now I guess now that he's not in the Warbler uniform, he kind of looks a little bit younger. Maybe just because he's short, but that doesn't have to do with anything, okay? I'm 18 years old and I'm a midget, okay? Or a hobbit, I should say. But, yeah, but he said, maybe the senior should be the main role, and I think Kurt, was like, oh, you're going to give it to me? I don't like that about Kurt, that he just sort of thinks that Blaine's going to give it to him. I personally think that Kurt's going to give it to Blaine. Give him the role after he realizes that he's perfect for Tony. So I love that about Blaine, with the Warblers, he was the leading star. He didn't have to worry about fighting for souls because they were just given to him. He was always up in front, and now that he has a boyfriend, he goes to McKinley now, that he's sort of changing his ways. And I love that about Blaine, that he's just going to do whatever it takes for his boyfriend. But I feel like Kurt shouldn't think he's just going to get it. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then somewhere Rachel and Shelby was amazing. They both have amazing voices, Idina and Leah. They were just very cool, and the whole scene where it seems like she's singing with Shelby, but then you find out it's her audition. That was kind of cool. It was kind of magical. And then Puck trying to change his ways. He goes to visit Beth and Shelby, and he's not doing drugs anymore, and he's gonna study. I just love this Puck. I didn't like it in season 2 when he was with Lauren, but I feel like now he's doing it for an actual reason for Beth to change for his daughter. He wants a normal life for her. I love that. And when I watched that with my sister, the Beth, when she cried, she sounded like a donkey. And me and my sister, we had to pause it for like 10 minutes because we were laughing our asses off. Cause it was so funny. But then the whole, I just got over that because Puck was so adorable. And then Puck, he talks to Quinn saying, you need to get your shit together. We need to make our daughter's life normal. I don't care about you, I care about her, which was like an explosive, quick moment because, you know, he doesn't give a fuck about wanting to do it with Quinn. He wants to change his life for his daughter. He wants a good life for his daughter, and that just, I was like, oh my God, Puck, you're just, Puck appreciation life, okay. I'm the Greatest Star from Kurt was amazing as always when he did the scaffolding and just swinging around those poles and climbing up on shit and those arms, oh yes, and then the size swords, which Colfer's really good at in real life, and he sounded amazing. He very good at theatrics and brilliant as always. So I, you know, round of applause for you, Kurt. So I was just like this, because I love me some Kurt, okay? And I loved when Emma, Beast, and Artie, I love those three together when they were judging or were discussing who should be Tony and Maria. Beast, oh my God, so funny. And then Emma, she said, you know, I think Kurt would be a good Tony. She loved to hold him in his toothpick arms. Girl, those are not toothpick arms. Did you see Kurt? He got some muscle now. So I'm just saying. And then, you know, Beast said, you know, he's too much of a lady, and there's Kurt listening, and, you know, he's saying, oh yeah, and he's like, Kurt, own that song like it's prison, bitch. Oh my God, I love Beast. And then Artie kind of agreed with Beast that maybe he's a little bit too feminine, and that sort of really got Kurt thinking. Yeah, and then Kurt sort of just, you know, he's tumbling down, you know, he sees the posters, and he's pissed about it, because he doesn't want those posters, and, you know, Brittany's like, you should just, you know, embrace the unicorn in you, and sort of Santana gives her an idea, maybe she could run for president, so, and then she eventually does, and Kurt, you know, accepts the posters and wants to be the unicorn, but then Brittany's like, I'm going to run too, and we know that Brittany's probably going to win because she's Miss Popular or whatever, so, another downfall for Kurt, oh my gosh, it's just like, poor Kurt, he's just having bad luck this whole episode, huh, and then so Kurt, he tries to try out for Tony again with Rachel doing Romeo and Juliet, and I know I should feel bad, and I did. I hate when people get embarrassed. I hate secondhand embarrassment. Like, I always feel bad for the people when they get embarrassed. But this one, I could not help. I was laughing with Beast and Artie and Emma. Just like, I couldn't take him seriously with the voice, and he's a very good actor. There's no doubt about it, but and then Rachel cracks up, and oh my, I just feel so bad for Kurt. He's just not having a good week. So then then we see the, hold on, and then the whole Quinn and Shelby scene, and she finally realizes that she wants to change for Beth. And we see in that one scene, she goes back to being blonde, and she's going to want to change, and she's really only doing this because she wants full custody of Beth, and she wants Puck to help. I don't think he will. I think he's going to want to have Shelby still take care of Beth, and I think that's a good idea. I don't think Quinn is ready to have a baby, obviously, after however many, and I don't like that last year they really never even mention it, and all of a sudden she wants it, so I don't know, but I still want Shelby to keep Beth. That's just me. So yeah, the cute Finchel moment at the tire shop. I love that Finn works there now. I hope one day we'll get to see Kurt in the jumper with grease all over him. And then Kurt and Bert talk, and he's down on himself, and Bert's like, you should embrace who you are, because you are gay, you are, you know, flamboyant, and you should just, that's who you are, you can't change it. And, you know, Kurt was like, I agree, but if I want to be an actor, I need to show that I can be a straight actor too, that I can play the leading man in a movie, and honestly, I feel the same way about Colfer as well. You know, he has a distinctive role about him, a distinctive voice, a distinctive look, and it's very hard for him to sort of play that leading romance role as a straight person. It's a really, you know, it's very conflicting for many actors as well that are very much like Kurt and Chris Colfer, so, it's probably like a reality check for Colfer as well, but even though he's going to be in his own movie and as a leading man. Yeah, so I feel like Kurt shouldn't expect the lead role either. That's why I was sort of hoping Blaine would get the role, because I don't want Kurt to think it comes that easy. You know, when you're an actor, most of the time you don't get the roles. You have to fight for them for years and years and years. You don't just get the first one that you audition for. So it's sort of a good life lesson for Kurt as well. And then back to the practicing the booty camp, and Finn's dancing once again his flaws, and he looks like he's stepping on bees. And then the cute pucker moment where Finn's gonna perfect his performance, and then Puck grabs Kurt by the wrist, and they're going, and then they jump up and clap. That was so cute. I just, oh my goodness, character development for Mr. Puckerman. Woo! Okay, and then my favorite moment of the episode was Something's Coming. Something's Coming won me over. I thought that was the best performance of the night. I know I'm a big Kurtzy, but Blaine won me this time. I listened to that song the most out of all the three this week. And Artie was so funny in this too. He's like, huh, with Blaine. I love the Blarty friendship. I think he really adores Blaine as well as Beast, because she was crying at the end. He just sounded so good, and my sister's like, oh, he's so pretty. I think he'd be perfect for this. And I agree. I've never seen West Side Story, but by the way they were sort of describing it, and not just because Kurt's feminine, but I don't know, Blaine just seems like that leading man for this one, and he just sounded so good, and he's gonna be perfect on Broadway when Darren Criss goes on Broadway in January. It's just amazing. He blew my mind. I was just like in awe the whole time. I was like, oh shit, yeah. And then, you know, Artie was like, if I could give you a standing ovation, I would. And they said, oh, you only tried out for Bernardo or whatever. And he's like, and he said, or this other person, and his voice was cracking because he realized that, you know, Kurt wants the main role, and Kurt was watching in awe of his boyfriend, but, you know, he's sort of like, I really want this, and Blaine knows that Kurt really wants it, and Artie's like, well, why don't you, can you read for Tony? And there's the contemplating in Blaine's mind. He was like, he doesn't know what to do. I think Blaine is the best boyfriend ever. I just think, you know, he's so selfless when it comes to Kurt, and, you know, he's willing to just play the smaller role because he wants Kurt to be happy and doesn't want to fight and start stuff with Kurt. But I think that Kurt should just give it to him. Just give Blaine the role, because he is just so good to pass up this role. I just think that he did an amazing job. So, yeah, I really don't know what they're going to do. I'm kind of hoping that Kurt just gives it to him. But I love the contemplating in his mind. He's like, I don't know what to do. And Kurt's heartbroken and walks away. And, oh my goodness, my little Klaine heart. And the cliffhanger, why? But next week, there's apparently this Klaine scene with some flowers. Amazing. That'll be in my spoilers video, as well as some other songs for next week. So we'll discuss the promo in my new spoilers video, which I will be putting up this week. Don't worry about it, I will. So yeah, follow me on Tumblr, callforsuffle.tumblr.com, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, subscribing.